this thing catch up to speed, and then we will get started. So it's interesting because this thing has a bit of a lag, so I have to watch out when I start this because it almost looks like I'm sitting around at first because there's probably, I want to say there's like a 15 to 20-second delay from when I'm talking to what you guys are seeing. There's like a bit of a delay. So when I first hit start, it's like 20 seconds behind from when I actually click let's go. Let's see what you guys are saying here. I'm gonna turn up my brightness a bit so I can see it better. There we go. So we'll let the people join in and then we will get started. Let me hit some of your guys' comments for a minute here. 2 strokes are better than 4 strokes. Change my mind. Yeah, I'm down with 2-stroke. Did you run a TRX cooling fan on 1500? I'll have to answer that one privately on that stuff. 2 minutes late unsubbed. I know, right? Jeez. What's that say? He's VPNing those EU servers. I know. Yeah. Well, we'll get started here. Dang, you found the go live button in OBS. Yes, sir. What's up, Chad? What's up, James? What's the latest on the Hellram? All right, so we'll get started here. So a lot of stuff's been going on behind the scenes, guys. So I'll just get you guys caught up to speed. I've been working on stuff behind the scenes, and then I wanted to release the video for my buddy Mark today. So I was trying to figure out, like, that was I'm not good with that stuff. I don't know if anybody is, but I was just I wanted to support my buddy Mark, and I was trying to, and honestly, even though it was only like a 2.5 minute long video, I was doing my best, and it took me a lot longer than even just like a 20-minute normal video that I'm used to record because I was trying to figure out a way to, and this will tie into something that I want to mention as well in a second, but I was trying to figure out a way to deliver the message I wanted to deliver, but I didn't want to, I was very careful to make sure that it didn't come across like I was trying to make it about me or that I was making that video for clicks or anything like that. So, um, not that it is by any stretch of the imagination. It's an unfortunate situation, but I was really trying to, and like I said, it's just new for me to have to come up with something like that, and I was trying to figure out a way that I could deliver that message without anybody having any shadow of a doubt that it was for any reason other than to help and support my boy over there. So, even though it was only a 2.5 minute video, it took me forever to figure out how to record that, a bunch of retakes, and then obviously I ended up putting it out. So, hopefully he gets better. It's like I said, it was honestly like a freak accident. I don't want to like get into the details of it. Obviously, I know more, but I mean, I'll leave that up to his family and stuff to release any details that they choose to. I just don't want to be the one releasing information. If you guys are interested, or if you don't know, if you go to the actual GoFundMe website, there's like a play-by-play updates that Mark's girlfriend is doing on there, so you can find out more information, see how he's doing. So, but yeah, with that aside, yeah. So where I was going with that is like that it's a totally different topic, but you always see like somebody that's like different YouTubers or influencers or whatever they are. They'll do some act of kindness, but they have to like film it, and it's almost like they're trying to do it for clout. So, which is not what I was trying to do whatsoever. So I was trying to come up with a way that I could support my buddy without trying to make it seem like it was about me or that I was trying to display an act of kindness just for clicks or anything like that. So it was tough, and I think it came across in the right way, but it took me a while to be able to do that. As far as car stuff, let me turn this down a little bit because I can see it spiking because I'm getting excited here. Car stuff. We got a lot of exciting stuff coming, you guys. I will be at SEMA next week, so that's coming. So I'm going to be at SEMA. Not only am I going to be at SEMA, but I'm picking up a new project. I don't know if it's so much of a project, picking up a new vehicle. So it's going to be a pretty cool few weeks coming up. So I'm trying to get some stuff squared away and wrapped up this week, so that when I go to SEMA next week, and then it's going to take me. I'm flying to SEMA. I'm picking up a new vehicle over there, and then I'm going to be attending SEMA, and then I'm traveling. I'm driving this vehicle across the country back here to Florida. So it's going to be a pretty cool adventure. I'm excited to do it. I think you guys are going to like it, and it'll be pretty fun. So that's going to be happening. I'm not going to reveal what the vehicle is. You guys will have to wait to see the video, but I'm pretty excited to pick it up and do that. So that's one thing that's happening. Other thing behind the scenes that's happening is the Hell Ram. I've been tuning it with a tuner, and the thing is rowdy, boys. Like, it is. I want to say the Hell Ram might almost be as fast, if not faster, than the Dakota untuned right now. So, and that's I've just been testing it with the 22-inch RT wheels. I haven't even put the full drag pack on there, and the thing is a rocket ship. So, we're getting that thing tuned up because we're going to be going to the drag strip. There's just 5 million things I have to try to get done this week. So, the other thing that I'm going to be doing as well is before I leave to go to Vegas, I'll be gone for a week or so to get back here. I'm gonna ship out the drive shaft for the Ram, the Hell Ram. So that'll get shipped out because I want to make sure that it's balanced. So that's just a whole headache that I don't even really want to discuss, but it is what it is. I gotta ship the drive shaft. It's gotta go all the way back to Michigan. It's just better that we do it that way and make sure that it's 100% balanced. Because originally it was supposed to get shipped with the correct flange on it that I showed you guys me swapping, but it didn't. So I had to swap it myself to see if it'd even be a feasible idea. It's on, it fits, it doesn't seem to be vibrating, but I don't want to find out at the drag strip or something like that. So, remove it again, ship it back to them. They're going to put it on their high-speed balancer, double check it, make sure it's good. If it's out a little bit, they're going to rebalance it and ship it back to me. So, hoping that they can turn that around for me quickly so that I have that. So that's happening. And then once I get back, we'll have 5 million projects and more things that I'm going to have to try to accomplish. So we've got the SST stuff, we've got the Hell Ram, we still have the Dakota, and we're going to be going to the track. So a lot of fun stuff on the way, but that's what you guys can look forward to. Let me get to some of your questions. Same as always, you guys, on the live streams. Anybody that drops a super chat, I spend more time on your question. It is what it is. Because when you guys drop a super chat, it pops up in a big bubble and I can see it. And if there's too many questions going on, then I can only answer so many. So, for example, David just dropped a $2 super chat. And here's his question. How did your transmission ever turn out on your Viper? Did you determine why it got messed up? What we can do to prevent it? Cost of fix if we cannot avoid it. There was some bearings. I think there was like a bearing or two that went in it, and I think one of the gears was a little bit chewed up. It's been so long ago that I can't remember. I was getting some sort of whining noise, so I sent it to Tick Transmission, or Tick Performance, I think they're called. You guys know Tick. Tick is a big name in the LS world, and they also rebuild the transmission stuff. So sent it to them. I want to say the price. This was pre-shutdown prices, so obviously you guys know everything's pretty much doubled in price in the last 2 years. So this was prior to that. I want to say I paid somewhere around $2,000 to have it rebuilt ish. Don't quote me exactly, but somewhere around there. It was between like $1,500 and $2,500. Somewhere in that window is what it cost back then. Who knows what it is now. As far as preventative maintenance, the biggest thing, if you're asking about a Viper, so I'm going to assume, David, that you have a Viper. Biggest thing is on the Viper vehicles, they were filled with, I think it was gear oil. They were just filled with some sort of gear oil. But the T56 specifically, when Tick sent it back, they said run. I think it was, what was it again? It's just regular ATF. So you want to run like GM spec transmission fluid, so ATF. And he said this is going to sound completely against what you know or what you think, but run like the cheapest ATF. And what he meant by that was not like garbage stuff, but he just meant like just run like mineral ATF. Don't try to go synthetic or anything like that. He said run that, and that's the best thing. That's what the T56 was designed for, and this was coming from a transmission rebuilder. So that's what I'm running in my T56. On the Viper, haven't had any issues, shifts like butter, and then I've also dropped the fluid out of the T56 in the Ram truck, and I put in ATF as well. So as far as preventative, which is what your question pertains to, I would say switch over to regular. I can't even talk right now. Switch over to regular ATF, and that's going to be the best chance for your transmission. Let's see. Like I said, if you guys want me to spend time on your particular question, like I just did with David, drop a super chat, and I will focus on that. So yeah, lots of stuff going on, you guys. And yeah, the Hell Ram being tuned is insane. So we're gonna be doing some stuff just as far as the stages of the Hell Ram. If you guys are wondering, we're gonna be taking it to the track pretty much the way it is with it tuned. And then after that, we've got some stuff, some goodies to bolt on there. So we're gonna bring to the track, see what she runs, just mostly stock, with a tune on it, so that she's happy. And then after that, we're talking long tubes. I do have a ported snout off the old blower that I could put on there. So we'll probably do something like that. Probably a throttle body. And yeah, I also have a incognito pulley from Ripa Tunes, so could throw that on there. It'll turn up the boost a little bit as well. So lots of crazy stuff to look forward to. It's I'm looking forward to. It's weird because where you guys might be located down here in the south, the winter time is when everybody goes to the track because it's too hot in the summer. So that's when we get our good DA and whatnot. So we'll be going to the track in the winter to see what she runs. But yeah, that's coming up here soon. So I'm gonna start being at the track a lot more, which is where I want to be. I think that'll spice up the content more instead of just always filming in the garage. Be at the track, and hopefully she runs good and will be hurt as a feeling. So I'm pretty excited. Let's see if I can answer some of your questions, and then like I said, if you want me to spend more time on your question, just drop a super chat. Ricochet said, sorry about your friend, man. That's terrible. Wish him nothing but the best. Thank you, sir. Eric says the Mark video was cool. Yeah, like I said, it was just trying to make it, in the delivery. Like I said, I'm not used to making any types of those videos. I don't think anybody can be used to making those types of videos, and I don't think anybody wants to make those types of videos. I didn't get to watch the video. I just woke up late. I was almost late for work. eBay, what happened to your friend? Yeah, check out the video. It has more details there. And then if you check out the GoFundMe, it has more details on his injuries, which are pretty substantial. It's crazy what happened. James said I'm gonna follow you on Instagram. Said it's good. Thank you, sir. Think versus hell yeah, I can't wait to see you go down the track. Me too, man. It's gonna be a good time. Another super chat just came in from Christopher. So let me answer this one. Christopher says, did you meet Derek from Vice Grip at Mopar? I did not. I saw him, but didn't get a chance to meet him. Anytime that I was like, so his trucks were parked maybe like 4 or 5 over from mine at the Holly booth. And anytime that not a bad problem to have by any means, but anytime that I was at all close to my own vehicles, I could not get away even to like take a sip of water, which was a good problem to have. A lot of people were really into the trucks, into the builds. A lot of people that have been watching the videos and all that stuff, and they would just wanted to chit chat and talk more cars, trucks, and more about the builds. So anytime that I was like near the Holly booth, I was getting like sucked into talking to people on my vehicle. So I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but yeah, he's it's crazy to see how much that guy's blown up on the internet too. So he's definitely doing some stuff right for sure. I think you guys are gonna like the content coming up. So I think I kind of spilled the beans a little bit in the last one. So the truck, so the vehicle, if you could caught my slip of tongue, the vehicle that we're going to pick up, it's gonna be like I think it's how old would that thing be now? Like 23 years old or so. So we're gonna be driving this 23-year-old vehicle back across the country. Um, and I'm hoping that it makes it, honestly. So it's almost going to be like a roadkill type scenario, driving all the way across the country to bring this thing home. So should be pretty fun. It's going to be a lot of good content to make. So the plan is fly out, pick up the vehicle, and then I'm going to go to SEMA, attend SEMA, see if there's anything cool there. I'll check it out, and then I'm going to go south, hit Arizona, go see my buddy Mark, probably be there. I'll spend a few hours there or so, and then I'm probably going to keep going. My plan is to try to make it to Texas for the weekends after SEMA. So SEMA is the second, third, and fourth, I believe. It's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I want to try to be in Texas that weekend. I'm gonna go see what my buddies are up to. Go see their builds and stuff like that. Probably stop by Jason's shop, see what all those guys are up to. See, we'll film every time we go through there. There's always something to film as far as their trucks, their builds, their progress. So go over there. They're not. I already asked to see if they're going to the track. I don't think any of them are going to the track, so I'll find out though. And then yeah, we'll just keep road tripping. Hopefully, this vehicle makes it all the way back. Let's see. Let me know. Is anybody like? So my plan is, like I said, I'll be in Vegas. I'll let you guys know the major cities I'm probably going to be going through. Vegas, Phoenix, and I'll probably be going through Dallas, possibly Houston, and then I'm going to be going across the south to Florida. Is there any particular cities that you guys want me to try to set up like a mini meet type thing? I know it's going to be a little bit hard to do depending on how far and how much distance I can travel in this old vehicle that I'm going to be driving, but I kind of wouldn't mind setting up like a little pop-up meet if I can make it happen. Let me get some more comments here. Drive shaft on my 11 is like yours without slip shaft. Yeah, because you're gonna have the older transmission. Some good news, I sourced a 6.4 in transit of a wrecked scat pack for my Rubicon build. No hellcat, but a serious upgrade over 3.6. Hell yeah. That would be a cool build. Yeah, I mean, that's quite a bit of power for a Rubicon, I would say. Dave said, nice, thank you. I just got mine a few weeks ago. Nice. Yeah, the prices of Vipers are going up like crazy. It's wild right now. 28 by 10, 17 Hoosiers. I end up running off, let's say 15.5 PSI they worked. Nice. Ricochet says, I'll be in St. Pete Beach this coming weekend if you're planning on any car meets then. Yeah, that's not too far from me. St. Pete's probably 45, 50 minutes from me. So I haven't looked this weekend to see. I want to say there's a big meet this weekend. I'll have to double check. I'll post it if you guys follow me on Instagram. If I'm going anywhere this weekend, I'll post it on Instagram. Maybe you guys can come out. I would love to see the Hellram or Hellcota. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Let me know. Hit me up, Ricochet. Corey says, what would you suggest to work or around OBD one computer? I don't know what you mean. What would you suggest to work or around OBD one computer? Work around or trick? Oh, uh, that's gonna be a hard one. That's so old. I don't even have any suggestions for you. Honestly, those things nobody's really making any support for them anymore. So you might be able to get like some sort of piggyback computer that you can wire in. But other than that, I would say rather than try to do a workaround, I would try to go like standalone because depending on what engine you're talking about here, you could probably put it on like all EFI and probably be a much better situation, I would think. Let's see. Richard said, sorry, I was trying to find the video after you put airbags on the ramp. What do you mean? After you put them in. Oh, we got another super chat, so I'm going to jump to that. CJ, did you ever put the 8 HP 90 in? If not, how's the 70 holding up? Also, what's the best way to reach you privately outside of this chat? No, so we have the 8 HP 70 in there, and my tuner is pretty confident that the 70 is going to last a while. And before, when we just had it flashed, so I'll give you guys a quick rundown. When we built the Hellram to get it to Moparty, we just put all stock hellcat programming in it. And even on the transmission, we just flashed it with, I think it had like a red eye tune or something in it, which it worked okay. But it still did some weird stuff. Like it wasn't necessarily the best solution. For the most part, it was good, but like sometimes you would be like full throttle, and like when it would hit like the rev limit, like or when it was supposed to shift like at red line, it would like kind of do this like bounce thing. So and plus, like I told you guys too, like when I was trying to tow, like it was always like trying to like downshift very easily. So I think it's made more for like a car because you know the car weighs a little bit less, not much, but and I mean there's not as much air resistance on it too. So I think it's a little bit easier for it to just downshift with the car versus with the truck. You start putting too much load on it and it wanted to like drop gears. But yeah, my tuner now the 70s feels solid. He also said it should last a long while, and I didn't even tell him the mileage that was on it. But even without him even knowing like that it's a low mile one, he said it would last a long time. So I can stick with the 70. We'll see how long she lasts. Worst comes to worst with the 70. I might get a built 70. The problem with going to the 90 is just it opens up a whole can of worms. So I'll be doing some. I'm going to be doing some pretty. What would be the word? I don't want to call it groundbreaking and overhype it, but I'm going to be doing some stuff that's not common to kind of achieve some different stuff. So I'm going to be kind of using a mix match of different transmission parts, putting them together to achieve what I want. Right now, it's just a bone stock 70 with a tune on it, and it's solid. So he said that like I said, he said it would be fine. He goes, especially if you're on the street, and he goes, it's spinning. He goes, the only thing that would maybe start to slowly wear it would be like if you're at the track all day and it's it doesn't spin at all. It's always dead hooking. Then that's any slip is going to be found in the transmission. But even then, he wasn't. He didn't say it's just going to shatter it or it's going to instantly break. Like he's just saying like it would take a lot of abuse at the track to finally wear it out type thing. So I'm pretty excited. It's gonna be fun going to the track and everything with it. As far as reaching me, yeah, I got email, Facebook, all that stuff. I want to say I think I maybe saw an email from CJ, but yeah, send me an email. It's probably the best way. Just remind me who you are and you're a member and whatnot, because I get not trying to brag, but I get so many messages on the daily through email, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all the different social media platforms. It's just like I don't know who's who, and sometimes people's actual name when they email me or message me is different than whatever username they have on here. So it is extremely hard to keep track of everything. But yeah, send me a message and see what we can do. I think CJ, if I'm not mistaken, I think you sent me a message saying that you were interested in paying for some consulting on your project, but I could be wrong. What I'm gonna start to do though, you guys, is it's kind of getting to a bit of a point where in order for me to continue doing this YouTube thing, the views, I'll be honest with you, YouTube itself doesn't really pay enough at all to live off of. I'm like barely scraping by off the YouTube revenue with by the time you figure all these vehicles I have, by the time they're, all the different bills, the monthly expenses of owning this many vehicles and keeping them all insured and all that stuff, like I'm like barely scraping by at the end of the month. So what I'm gonna have to start doing is probably selling some of these vehicles and getting into more of a turnover. So rather than me building and keeping everything, I'm probably gonna start selling them, like build it, do a custom build, sell it for obviously a profit. That's how I have to make money to survive and live. And then I'm gonna keep going on. So and nobody's, you know what I mean? I have a couple buddies behind the scenes that are helping me with certain technical aspects of it, but a lot of this stuff, it's like I'm having to experiment on my own dime, spending my own money to see if any of this stuff is possible. So there was a lot of factory parts that went into building the Hell Ram, and that was a lot of my own money spent in trial and error to see if that stuff would fit. And when somebody just approaches me and says, "Hey, what did you use?" Like I'm thinking in my head, like I can't necessarily just give away those answers because the amount of dollar amount that I had to spend and risk to get that stuff. It's like I have to use it to put food on the table is what it's coming down to. So unless my videos start getting like stupid amount of views and the YouTube itself revenue comes in, I'm gonna have to be a bit smarter with the project side of it and turning over those projects to have a source of income. Because the last thing I want to do is have to go get a full time job and then just shut this YouTube thing down. So I'm trying to figure out how to keep this thing going full time and be able to survive and still be able to put food on the table. So yeah, if somebody wants to pay for consulting, I can probably do that. Otherwise, the vehicles are going to be for sale, and then that way I can sell it at a profit, and then I can start another vehicle project. So I just looked the other day, or actually I saw today, somebody sold a GM version of what I built. So they had I think it's an OBS. You guys might be familiar with it. It's an OBS, and the guy put basically a Corvette complete swap in. So he's got a Corvette engine with the 10-speed automatic, and I think he sold it for $135,000. So when I told you guys before that I wanted to sell the Ram, the Hell Ram, and it would probably be like TRX money, like I'm not out at lunch. I'm not out to lunch or crazy when I'm saying those prices. So the build quality on the Hell Ram is top notch. Anybody that's seen it in person or sees it in person, it looks like a factory installed swap. So if you guys know anybody that wants to buy the Hell Ram, I'm gonna be using it and having as much fun with it as I can while I have it. But if somebody were to purchase it, it would give us more money to be able to keep turning over some of these projects. So just keep that in mind. So that goes back to what I was saying, like as far as parts, if somebody hits me up and says, "Hey, what part did you use to do this?" It's like that's information that cost me money to acquire, and so I can't just freely give away that type of information because it's food on the table at the end of the day for me with this industry that we're in. Let's see. Let's see what questions we have. Like I said, if you guys want to drop a super chat, it's the best way to get me to answer your question because some of the comments are rolling in quite a bit here. Clay, trouble just showed up. Clay, are you being trouble? Clay, I'll be at SEMA. I just got my credentials today approved for SEMA, so I will be at SEMA. I'll be there I get to SEMA. I'll be there Tuesday morning. Not sure when you're rolling in. I know you're gonna have a crazy schedule at SEMA with your different autograph signing and different stuff you have to go to. But it'd be cool to meet up with you at least for a couple minutes. Maybe we'll grab a bite to eat or something while you're out there. I wish I could buy that Hellram right now. Ricochet says, I don't blame you. You have to profit off your endeavors. Yeah, it's just, some people might just give away the information, but it's just like there's so much trial and error with figuring all this stuff out, and I'm gonna use that stuff to do that. Awesome, that's good news. Yeah, that's what I was joking with Clay about if he wanted to take a road trip back with me from SEMA in the new project. Clay, don't spill the beans on what I bought, but I'll be flying out to Vegas, picking up the new projects on Tuesday, going to SEMA, and then I'll probably get out of there on Thursday or maybe the latest Friday morning. So I'll be in Vegas for a few days next week. But yeah, drop your question with a super chat, and I'll get to you, and I'll just keep working through them at the same time here. Try to get to as many questions as I can. Let me scroll up here. You didn't mention Colorado. I know you have a few friends here. I'm down. Yeah, I won't be. I don't. Yeah, I don't think I'll be traveling through Colorado because it's gonna be a lot more north. I'm pretty much gonna go from. I don't know which way this is going on which way this is gonna hit, but I'm gonna be going from Vegas. I guess which way would it be? Yeah, it will be Vegas down to Arizona, across to Texas, down to Florida. I had to think which way this image is flipped when I was drawing it for you guys. Heck yeah. Yeah, so if you guys don't know, Clay's going to be unveiling his Dentley project over there at, I believe it's the, Clay can correct me if I'm wrong, the CRC booth. I think they sell like brake clean and stuff like that, a bunch of like products, stuff like that for cars and trucks. But he's going to be at the Apex show with Dentley, I believe, at the CRC booth, right, Clay? So I'm gonna go check it out for sure. I'll definitely be vlogging when I go out there, so I'll get you guys some up close footage of Clay's truck, and maybe if we can catch Clay for 5 minutes. I know he's gonna be bombarded with fans, but I'll try to get a couple minutes with Clay and his truck this in a few weeks, or sorry, next week. Yeah, so I was right. CRC Industries. Yeah, so I was right. What does CRC make? They make like I know brake clean, right? A bunch of like cleaning products or solvents and stuff, right? Something like that. I know you definitely use the CRC brake clean because I think we were we were unloading a bunch of cans of brake clean, cleaning up a bunch of mess in his shop last time I was at Clay's. So I know they definitely have brake clean, but I don't know what else. I want to say they have like brake clean and like contact cleaner and all that kind of stuff. Let's see, Ricochet. And yeah, would love to meet you up in Florida, possibly discuss the sale of the Hellram. That'd be interesting. Yeah, Ricochet, let me know. For me, it's like, yeah, I mean, if you're interested, if you're a serious buyer of it, it's hard for me um filter out right now the I hate to say it this way, but like the dreamers from like actual potential buyers because I get so many people commenting how much, how much, how much, how much, but they might be driving like a 92 Civic or just something like they're in no position to buy a fully custom vehicle like that. But yeah, if you're serious about buying it, like I said, it's the way. And if you guys are curious on the price of the Hellram, you guys can call me crazy, whatever. I can literally let me pull this up first so you guys don't think I'm just talking out my you know what. So where is it here? Because I just finished taking a picture of it today, or a screenshot of it. Let me turn the brightness so you guys can see my screen. I'll flip this around. So here it is. So Justin Keith, there you go. If you guys can see this, I'm gonna focus in here. Can you guys see that? So if you guys don't know if that ever focuses, so that OBS right there, it's Justin Keith underscore SCT. If you guys are curious, if you guys want to go check out that truck, but it's got he's calling it the ZR 1500, but he's got essentially the Corvette motor in it, and it's got a 10-speed in it. Similar mileage, actually a little bit higher mileage than my Hellram. He's got 54,000 miles on his truck. The Hellram only has 51. He said the price is firm at 135,000. So if you guys haven't seen that, it's Justin Keith on Instagram. But yeah, 135,000. So where I'm at with the Hellram right now, if somebody wanted to buy it right now the way it is, I mean, we're talking fully custom truck, hellcat seats. It's got the premium dash in it, leather stitch dash. It's got a fully built rear end with a Detroit True Track. Like, the thing is set up, ready to go. It's got the lowering kit. It's got the full geometry corrected on the four link in the rear. So I spent a bunch of time and money doing that. The thing's ready to go. The thing's a monster. And I mean, it's got zero check engine lights, no lights in the dash. Like, the thing is as sorted out as it could possibly be. The price that I'm going to be selling for right now, before I continue to do more mods to it. So the longer I own something, the more refined, the more options I'm just going to continue to add in. You guys can laugh, gawk, whatever you want. This guy just sold, and it's not just a for sale post. He sold it for $135,000. Again, single cab truck, OBS with a Corvette swap. I'm going to be selling the Hellram for 105 the way it sits right now today. If I continue to keep it and I continue to add more features, as I start putting leather stitched door panels in it, power windows, power door locks, keyless entry, I'm going to be trying to add the red key, black key fobs for it as well. As I continue to add all these features, the price is just going to go up from there. So I'm also going to be probably adding drive modes to it later, so you can go from sport, track, all that stuff. But the way it fits right now, with the time and money I have invested in it, with a clean title truck with 51,000 on the clock, I'm going to be listing it for 105. But don't think that it's just going to sit there and for sale. As long as I own it and I have the keys, we're going to be taking it to the track, ripping it, seeing what she runs, all that stuff. I don't want you guys to get sad just by me saying that I'm going to sell it or it's possibly for sale. If that truck sells, I'll be building a version 2.0, and that's why I'm excited about this whole process. So if that truck sells, I'm going to go out, probably get a 4-wheel drive version of a single cab, and then I'll completely track hawk swap it, and then we'll just completely break the internet. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at with that, and that's what I'm saying. The YouTube, if you guys saw the YouTube revenue, it's barely covering the bills. So that's pretty much where I'm at with everything. So, but yeah, actually, if you want to check it out, if you're a serious buyer, come check it out. If I had, I don't even want to say it yet, but we'll talk more. If I have cash in my hands, possibly can drive it, but the thing is a monster. So, right now, you could be rolling with, unless I put drag radials on it, which I don't have on the street. I have the Hoosier drag pack for it, but right now you can be rolling with the 22s. You can stomp on it doing 60 miles an hour, and the whole truck will start going sideways. So the thing has got a boatload of power ever since we tuned it. So let's see. CJ just hit us with another super chat. So thank you, CJ. CJ says, I'm down for some consulting help. I've been gathering parts and just about ready to start build. Need to buy Alpha OBD, but have no time with that. Yeah, see, you guys, I'm just gonna explain something to you, and nobody take this the wrong way. When I make a video, it's the video of me kind of recapping hours and hours and hours of work behind the scenes. So a lot of people, I'm not going to say I'm the first person hellcat swap the truck, because you guys already know that's true or not true, and I'm not going to claim to be. But I have not seen somebody that's hellcat swapped one of these trucks that has um, that has figured everything out. Like, I haven't seen somebody that's got it so that the interior and everything works, so that the dash is happy. If you guys do or don't know, the Hellcat system, it has factory wideband O2 sensors. So that means in any given moment when you're driving a Hellcat powered vehicle, if it's on the factory controller, it has factory wideband O2 sensors, so it's always targeting the perfect air fuel ratio. It's one of the only vehicles in production that actually has factory widebands, and it also can modulate the fuel pump so that if it needs more fuel, it'll sit there and crank up the fuel pump. So it's a really advanced system. I have all that incorporated on the truck, and that's not how that truck comes from the factory. Factory just has regular O2 sensors, and it kind of just does its own thing. Once you flat foot like a regular 5.7 truck, it just goes into a subset program, and it just runs whatever it thinks is the best at that given time. But the Hellcat actually stays closed loop when you flat foot it, and it's constantly doing a feedback loop to make sure that things running as perfect as possible. What's Clay saying? Clay says Hellram's easily $150,000 truck. It's one of a kind. Thank you, man. See, like that's the like Clay gets it because obviously Clay knows cars and trucks. Like, I want to see if I can make this thing a full time gig a little bit better than what it is right now. Because like I said, it's just barely paying the bills from what I'm getting from YouTube itself. I mean, Clay has a channel himself. He knows how much money it brings in on a monthly basis. So it's not no get rich thing. If you're like maybe Whistling Diesel or something, you get like 2 million views every video. It goes crazy and viral every single one. Then yeah, you could probably live off that. But just for average YouTubers like us, it's really expensive. Let's see. Clay says, I think it's a great business for you to do. Hellcat swapped the world. Yeah. So I want to like continually bring you guys content. I'm gonna share the builds, so I'll always share the builds, but I'm just kind of gearing more towards some of the more proprietary stuff, the stuff that I spend hours, if not days or weeks, trying to fix. There's certain things that just I'm figuring out with other people, and one of my buddies in the background who's a computer programmer, and we're having to figure out how to make some of this stuff happy. Nobody's really done it that I know of, so for me to just come out and give free information on stuff that's I've spent days or weeks trying to figure out, we're getting to a point at this thing where I can't give away that type of information. If you want that type of vehicle, if you're at the point where you're building something like this, you could probably afford to purchase the one that I've completed and is already sorted out. It's kind of where I'm thinking I'm going with this whole thing. Ricochet says we're looking for another fun car, 100 to 150K budget. So yes, serious buyer. Sold my latest Lotus Evora and have the itch. Yeah, I hear you, man. I've never driven a Lotus, but they always look really fun. The only thing with the Lotus is I don't know. This might be it might sound like an old man saying this, but they're really small. And I mean, I know the Lotus is even smaller than the S2000. I almost feel like the S2000, you feel really vulnerable with all the bad drivers on the roads these days. So I feel like if I had a Lotus, that it would just be almost like you don't be scared driving the thing, just feeling like you're the vulnerable on the road. Ricochet says, I just need to quantify the resaleability of something like that for the money spent. Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I've already been offered money for the Dakota, and I'm gonna see the way things play out. So obviously, Ricochet, when you're down, come check it out, see what you think. But I might like honestly like not trying to pat myself on the back or anything like that. But when you see the vehicle, you'll understand. But especially the Hell Ram, because the Hellcota is such a crazy build. There's always like something to do to it, but the Hell Ram is such like a polished piece as far as like the completion of it and just the execution of it. I learned a lot of things on the Dakota that made the Ram go a lot faster and just being able to build that. But honestly, not trying to brag, but the Ram and soon to be the Dakota is something that you can honestly send through a Mecum or a Barrett Jackson. And one of those filthy rich people that's drinking with his buddies would probably pay over 200 for some of these things because it's just that's like the quality of the Ram. And once I finish a little bit more stuff on the Dakota, it's almost there. Like, but it needs door panels and different stuff. But yeah, like when you see the stuff in person, it looks like it came that way from the factory. And I can't see these vehicles. I know myself. If I sell it today, it'll be X price. If I keep it for another year or two, I guarantee you it's going to be worth more than it is today, and I know that it is. Every vehicle that I've purchased in the last 5 years has gone up in value since I bought it. Um, but with that being said, with me trying to document the builds and just having, what do I have now? It's like 5+ vehicles that are insured right now. That's not even including SST, so soon to be 6. Just with being in this game, I gotta continuously turn things over as we finish them. Otherwise, um, it's just gonna be too much on my plate. So I'm definitely not worried. Like if I had a lot more money or the YouTube was making a lot more, I probably wouldn't even sell any of this stuff. I would just probably just keep it and start my own collection. But I'm not there yet with the funds just yet. So that's why I'm thinking of offering some of these vehicles or custom vehicles for sale. So yeah, and for the viewers themselves, like I said, once if any of these vehicles do sell, don't be sad. Know that I'm literally going to go right back out, buy another clean title, really clean truck or car or whatever it happens to be, and we're gonna build it like a 2.0 version of anything that we do. So, like I said, if the Ram sells, I'm probably gonna go out and buy a 4-wheel drive clean title version again, and then we're gonna track hawk swap it and build another animal. So, I'm excited for what's to come for sure. Think versus Ricochet. I have seen this in person. It's super clean and looks like it came from the factory like that. Yeah, so Matt's seen it. He knows. Your thinking is correct. It's always a huge amount of work. Yeah. So, and I mean, I've seen other people's execution of different projects. So, I'm telling you, you could line up any of my builds with the best of them, and you'll be hard pressed to find a flaw in some of these completed projects that I have. So, yeah, yeah. If you want to come by and check them out, I have to be a little bit careful about people that invite to my place because I don't know who some of these people are. So I know there's we'll talk more, but you know how it is. It's like once I give up my address, there's no going back from that. So if it's somebody shady, then I have to watch out. But I know Ricochet's been following our channel for quite some time, so I'm not so worried. It's my MO to buy, drive for a year or so, and sell for what I paid or more. It's worked really well for several Lotuses, Maseratis, R8s. With those cars, it was always, what did I say? It's always about timing and buying. Yeah. I mean, just seeing some of the prices of some of these Mopars. Like, I remember when you could buy, and this isn't even like anything custom, you could buy a brand new Hellcat for 55 grand 2-3 years ago. Now a new Hellcat is like 100 grand. It's just even if you bought an absolute turd, which I'm not saying my vehicles are fall into that category, but you can pretty much buy a turd right now in this market, and just with the inflation going up, it's I don't think anything is going down right now. I do believe there is some sort of crash coming. I just don't understand how everybody can afford to live right now. So I think that is coming down the pipeline. But even after that, I think everything is just going to continue to go to the moon. It's crazy with the money printing that's going on right now. Ape Gorillo. Will we see any classic Mopar projects from you? Yeah, so that goes back to what I was just saying as far as selling some of these projects. So with the amount of vehicles that I have on board right now, I really would like to, and this might be played out by now, but I really would like to get like a 68, 69 Charger and build something. So I'm a sucker for those cars, so I think it would be cool to do something like that. I'm not going to be the first to do it, but it would be fun. I think everybody, even though everybody's seen those cars being built, I think it would. I think everybody would still enjoy the process. So I would like to do something like that. But the thing is like we were just talking, everything has gotten so expensive. So even if I were to buy like a 68, 69 candidate, it's going to be like stupid amount of money just for a rolling chassis or something that's not running or something that has an old crappy engine that needs complete restoration. So cost of entry is going to be a lot higher there, but if my execution is the same as all the other vehicles, then that's going to be a vehicle that you guys already know is going to be worth 200 plus or something like that, depending on what engine and how nice it's built. So I would like to start to step in some of the more expensive stuff for sure. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be cool. But right now I'm just reassessing everything because to try to just live off of the YouTube ad money is like it's just barely paying the bills right now. So not a pity party, not asking for your sympathy. It's just the reality of it. So I'm just having to restructure some stuff on my end, and that's why I'm saying I'm probably gonna start selling some of the projects or at least listing them for sale. So everybody knows that hey, when John finishes something, I could potentially buy it, but it's not gonna be cheap. That's all I'm gonna say. So the quality that I'm building some of this stuff, it's like it's above most build quality. And if you see it in person, here's what I'll do for you guys. So just so you guys don't think I'm bluffing and making this stuff up, Ricochet said he wants to, come check this stuff out maybe this weekend. Here's my my testimony. So Ricochet, come take a look at this stuff, and when we do another live or in the comments of another video, you can tell people what you saw and the build quality of these vehicles. So we'll do it that way, just so you guys aren't taking my word for it. Matt, who is Think First Productions on here, he's seen the vehicles in person. I know a bunch of people have, but it's like I said, you'll be hard pressed to find something that doesn't look like it should be there from the factory on any of my projects. Yes, there's always stuff that's like in the works, but um, it's I don't know. I think some exciting stuff is coming. So let's see. If you guys are just dropping in, if you drop a super chat, I spend a little more time on your question. So like Ape just asked, he dropped a $5 super chat. It's just I keep saying it, but whenever somebody drops a super chat, it pops up in bold on my screen here, and it's a lot easier to answer your question. Here, I'll literally take a picture of it and show you guys what it looks like on my end. So it pops up like that. Hopefully you guys can see that. It looks like it's not focusing, but see this big turquoise thing? It's just way easier to see your message when it's on super chat like that. So, anyways, yeah, if you want me to spend a little more time on your question, drop super chat and we'll go from there. Clay, nothing to be sad about. It's just one project. The next, we build and run our race cars, and then move to the next one. Yeah, Clay gets it. I think the real car guys get it. It is what it is. There's certain things though. I'm not gonna lie. Certain cars that I definitely would keep. Like the Viper, uh, even though I could probably cash out on that thing, make a bunch of money, whatever. That's like I literally have like toy model cars, and I've had them since I was a kid of Vipers. And I had the poster. I don't think I would ever sell that one, but the Dakota is another story because the Dakota I have so many hours into to get that truck to be where it is and to the extent that it's built. The Ram was quicker. I don't want to say necessarily it was easier. It was a little bit smoother. The electronics were of the same generation, so some of the stuff was easier that way. Um, but I learned a lot of stuff with the Dakota, and I learned a lot of skills on the Dakota that I was able to apply to the Ram. So I had to make a lot of custom brackets on the Dakota, and when it came to the Ram, I already had that experience under my belt of welding brackets together, mapping out brackets, and getting all that stuff. So Ram was a little bit easier that way, but yeah, it's been fun, and I'm kind of excited to see what project we tackle next. I haven't told you guys actually the uh, the SST. So I dragged out the SST. Shoot, what a note it would have been now. Wasn't today? Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. So I dragged out the SST yesterday midday. Got the engine out of the bed. If you guys don't know, when we bought the SST, previous owner had taken the engine and transmission out of the truck, and it was sitting beside it. And so when I bought it, they put it in the bed of the truck. So the engine and transmission were sitting in the bed. And when I purchased it, I just stuffed it out back in the yard. And yesterday I dragged it out, separated the engine from the transmission. You guys will see that whole process. It's pretty entertaining because I was trying to turn over the engine to be able to access all the bolts on the torque converter because you have to get them out to be able to separate the two without having the torque converter stuck to the engine. And yeah, it was. You guys will see the video. So I started filming that, and then I wanted to clean it up a little bit because there was a bunch of like squirrel nests and stuff in the front engine bay. So I was spending a bunch of time shop backing that out, and then tomorrow, you guys will see the SST video tomorrow. I'll drop it tomorrow afternoon. I was shop backing out squirrel nests, and then in the morning I have to finish pressure washing it, and then the truck will pretty much be ready to paint and start getting the body prepped and stuff on it. But that's not gonna happen just yet because, like I said, next week I gotta go to. This week is gonna be an absolute just like mess. I gotta get a bunch of stuff done here, and then I gotta fly out to Vegas on Monday night, and then I'll be at SEMA, and then I'm gonna be driving back a new vehicle, new to me vehicle, but 23-year-old vehicle across the country. So it's gonna be some pretty cool stuff coming. Race at McDonald's time. Heck yeah, get some chicken nuggets. You know what's funny, right? Is there actually will be McDonald's time because I'm going to be going on another huge road trip. We're going to be road tripping a new vehicle that I'm picking up in on the West Coast, and we're going to be road tripping it all the way back to Florida. So there's definitely going to be some McDonald's stops for sure. So let's see. Demon says nuggies forever. Heck yeah. I'm gonna have to make some posts on the way back. I think versus I would definitely buy it if I had the extra means to. I hope whoever buys it starts a YouTube channel so we can see it in action. Yeah, so I mean, unless Ricochet steals it off my hands this weekend, then I will be I will be racing it within another few weeks or so. So and not like when I say race, it's not gonna go break it. But we're gonna be seeing what she runs finally. I think everybody's curious to see what kind of numbers this thing can throw down. If you guys are just joining in with the live, go rewatch the live. But I talked a lot more about it before earlier. But the Ram, the Hell Ram, I've been working with a tuner. Not sure if he likes being publicized that way, but we got that thing ripping, you guys. So the Hell Ram, honestly, like seat of the pants. I think the Hell Ram right now is probably as fast, if not faster, than the Dakota right now. With the tune that he has in there, like the thing is a rocket ship. So it did not feel like that on the stock tune whatsoever. Like right now, it feels like a friggin' freight train when you step on it. So um, I'm pretty excited to see what she would run. I think if I had to guess right now, I would say the Ram is probably low 11s, maybe with a little bit more dialing in, probably high 10s, somewhere around there. It's fast, you guys. It's really fast. So we'll have that testing pretty soon. But well, I also have some go fast parts that, like I said, if I end up keeping the RAM, the price is going to get a little more expensive because I'm going to be adding more parts, modding more stuff, just going even crazier with it. So We shall see. Ricochet, what's the fastest thing you've owned or driven so far? I'm curious. Because I think you're gonna freak out. And when I take you for a ride in the Hell Ram, I think you're gonna lose your mind on how fast it is for what it is. Um, I didn't read your super chat. I'm out. Let's see. Eric left a super chat, and now he's mad. Let me see. Oh, there it is. Sorry, I didn't see your super chat. Eric says, "Can I put a new 5.7 in my pre-Eagle 5.7?" Yeah, I mean, why not? So you can definitely put one in. Um, Sorry, I didn't see your chat. Your super chat wasn't like I was trying to avoid you. I just didn't see it blended in with the other one right above you. Yeah, you can definitely do it. The only thing different is I'm trying to think about the electronic side of it. I don't have any first-hand experience with that. But you can put it in. The only difference I would think is going to be, but even then you can lock it out. Sorry, I'm just running through my head. So the newer 5.7 has a variable valve timing, but a lot of tuners will end up locking it out, so they don't really use it too much. They kind of limit the variable valve timing. I would talk to a tuner first, because ultimately they're gonna have to be comfortable with tuning it. Not saying you can't. I'm just wondering if you could run it on the older controller. If you're planning on doing it, I would say you could definitely achieve it if you run the newer electronics, or if you ran a Holly standalone, then you can definitely control the variable valve timing. But that's going to be your biggest thing is finding a computer that can control that, or you're just going to lock it out. So you kind of have to decide which way you want to go. But ultimately, depending on where you're located, and who's doing the work, you're going to have to talk with them and see if they're comfortable with tuning it, and then I would listen to them. So let me know if that answered your question. So I think I answered your question, but since Eric's pissed, but yeah, I wasn't trying to avoid your question. I just didn't see it. It kind of blended in with the other super chat. But yeah, standalone. First things first, talk to your tuner, whoever you think is going to tune this thing. Second thing would be either running the newer electronics. Third would be running a standalone, or I guess the last item would be just locking out the variable valve timing, or just not using it whatsoever. Let's see. Let me get some questions here. Ricochet says, "We'll see. My wife has to approve as well. She's a driver." Nice. How fast? How much power would that thing have with the Vora GT with the tuning on it? I know those things are really light, so the horsepower is going to be probably really low compared to the average thing. But I know that thing doesn't weigh anything. Probably weighs like 2,000 pounds. Let me see what other questions there are too while you guys wait for that. Yeah, I like this comment too. That I was just reading above Clay's from, what's his name? I think Teddle, TEDLL75. I don't know if that's how I'm saying it, or just let's say Ted75. It's easy. Ted wrote, when John was building the hill ram and took apart the harness to trace it all out and get everything working, that was a good clue to the level he was going to. Yeah, so like I said, obviously I'm not the first one to hellcat swap a ram. But the execution of mine, like I said, I'm not trying to knock anybody else, but to convert it over to fully running on the Hellcat computer and get all the electronics to be happy without the thing lighting up like a Christmas tree on the dash, like that takes the extra step and the extra effort. And it's like I said, you could technically you could put the Hellcat engine in and run it on just a 5.7 wiring harness, but you're going to run the risk of blowing it up because the Hellcat wiring harness and Hellcat computer is so much more advanced over the 5.7, and it's made to just target an air fuel ratio and just stick to it, and that way that thing is running optimal at all times. Because with the boost situation, if you don't have the correct fueling, or if you have the wrong, bad tank of gas, if you don't have that thing constantly dialed in, it'll just grenade the thing. So Dodge, Mopar, whatever you want to call them, FCA, they spent a lot more money in engineering on the Hellcat computer to get that thing working, and or to get that thing dialed in. That I don't know that everybody's going through the hassle of getting it all running. And I'm wondering what features and functions some of these other Hellcat swap trucks do or don't have. I just know that the one that I built is as close to a Hellcat car in the truck as you could possibly get. Ricochet says that car was stupid, like stupid fast, almost 500 horsepower, 3,000 pounds. Nice. Not bad at all. 500, let me think. 500 horsepower, 3,000 pounds. Yeah, I'm gonna. I still think you're gonna. You might freak out when you feel some of this stuff. The so you figure the Dakota was 3,900 pounds and it's making at least 750. So I think if you run the math on the power to weight, the Dakota would probably be a little faster. Plus, I know those cars when they come on, the power is, you have to bring them out, redline them to start making a lot of jam. But yeah, right now I feel like the Ram feels comparable, if not a little bit faster than the Dakota tuned. So with the tune on the Ram, it's like night and day from when it was just running stock Hellcat program. Ted says 450 horsepower with tune, just Ted. Oh, just Ted. Let's see. Ted liked the movie. You got it. Henry just showed up. What's up, Henry? Oh, Henry's always on all the videos. Daniel, how's it going? John just got on. What's up, Daniel? We're just chit chatting. Kind of gave everybody a rundown of what's going on, what to expect over the next few weeks. It's gonna get hectic. It's gonna get fun. I'm doing something that's silly but exciting. I'm gonna be driving a new vehicle from Vegas all the way back to Florida. So I'm gonna fly out there, get the vehicle, go to SEMA, go to Walmart, get a toolkit, and hope this thing makes it all the way back. Is pretty much what it's gonna be. I hope it's not like an episode of Roadkill or episodes where I'm constantly having a wrench on the single side of the road, but hopefully she makes it back, no issues. Are you gonna keep the Magnum for the SST? I would love to see some Magnum stuff again. I haven't fully decided. So, as far as the SST goes, like I mentioned to you guys a little bit earlier in the live, I've dragged it out. I took the engine out of the bed of the truck. I put the engine on an engine stand, and probably this week I'm gonna try to get to it. I'm gonna probably tear open the SST motor, see what's going on in there. And then there's two more things I want to accomplish this week. So tomorrow you guys are going to see an SST video of me dragging it out, getting it cleaned up a little bit, and taking the engine out. I want to try to get out some sort of teardown on the SST motor. We'll see how far I get this week. And then I also want to I want to open up the Hellcat blower, or at least take off the snout and see if it's just a snout bearing or if it's deeper than that. Because you guys gotta remember, we have that Hellcat blower that I took off the Ram that was making noise and put on a brand new blower. So I kind of want to see what the deal is with that. But yeah, we'll see what happens. So there'll be a few videos coming out this week, and then next week I'll be flying out. You guys will get SEMA content, new project content, and I'll go from there. As far as the SST engine, the Magnum, I don't really know that I feel like going down the path of trying to make power at the Magnum. We'll see how things play out. who knows what, like, if things could completely change. If I end up selling some of these vehicles, then things might completely change direction. But um, all sorts of options for sure. Clay says, as always, love the live chats, but I gotta get back to work. See you in Vegas, John. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, Clay. We'll hopefully see you when you're out there. I know you're gonna be bombarded out there, but hopefully we can grab a bite to eat or something, or chit chat for a bit. So look forward to seeing your truck out there too. So if you guys haven't checked out Clay's channel, hop over there. He's got a crazy third gen Ram called Bentley that he got Lutz to build. So that thing is going to be crazy. He's unveiling it at SEMA as well. So I've seen it, but I know you guys will want to see it for sure. Let me get to some of these questions. Yeah, so as far as Magnum content, I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna dissect the Magnum engine. We'll see how bad it is. Kind of make some decisions, but I've done a lot of the Magnum stuff, and it takes a lot of money and a lot of parts to try to even be remotely fast. Unfortunately, I also found a time slip from the SST in the SST because that truck used to be like a regular at the drag strip over here. So I found a time slip from Orlando drag strip in the truck, so you guys will see that in the video tomorrow as well. Rick Shea says, I generally don't mess with high performance vehicles when I own them. It usually doesn't make sense. But Euro wise, and Keith Craft wanted to do titanium exhaust on it, fully tuned. It was nuts. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Henry said, I'd love to see a modern kitty motor in the SST. I used to have a plain model of that truck. Oh, nice. Yeah, as far as I know, everybody wants to see Hellcat swap the world type thing, but we'll see. If some of these vehicles start selling and I have a bit more cash to kind of play with, then by all means, maybe there might be a possibility. I think what probably might be more likely to happen is right now I've got two 5.7s that I have to do something with. It's just they're sitting around. We might put the kitty blower on the 5.7 and then shove it in the SSD, so it'll be like a smaller bore Hellcat. So something like that might happen. It really depends on the budget. I really want a Hemi, like third gen Hemi swap the SSD because it'll just be a much better platform to make power with, and it'll be a much better engine than the Magnum. I know some people probably get mad at me for saying that, but it's the reality of it. So honestly, I'm kind of, it's kind of, I don't know if I'd ever do that though. I'm laughing because if I were to sell some of the parts that are on that Magnum engine, it would pretty much pay for a third gen Hemi to go into it. So just crazy to think about in that terms. Let's see. Be feel to drop, or I should say, feel free to drop your question in the comments. I'll try to get your questions. This is actually pretty good. Maybe Monday nights aren't so bad. It's a little bit later here on the East Coast, but it seems like a lot of people are down for the Monday night lives. I just bought a Fortune Ram watching your channel, bro. Hell yeah. That's awesome. Sounds good, Rob. You'll have fun with it. I don't even know how many Fortunes I've had at this point. It's like at least 4 or 5. They're fun trucks. Lots of aftermarket, options for them because they've been around for so long. The Magnums are dinosaurs. I agree. I would like to see a 6.4 SST. Yeah, if I can, right now I'm just kind of consolidate some of my expenses, kind of going over budget with a lot of this stuff. But if I can get some more money coming in, if you guys, like I said, it's free for you guys to share the videos, whether it's with your friends, family, anybody that you think will like it. Even if you guys share them in some of the Facebook groups, like if there's a particular project you guys are excited about, or a vehicle, or you guys liked a certain video. Like I said, if you guys share some of these videos, we get more people to the channel, then I probably afford to do a little bit cooler stuff. But right now, with all these vehicles and keeping them all, like the expenses of keeping them all, it's the margins are definitely thin. But if this channel blows up and we start doing crazy stuff, or sorry, if the channel blows up, then I'll be able to afford to do more crazy stuff, and we can Hellcat swap everything or whatever you guys want to do. We'll take votes and we'll go from there. But I gotta get the numbers up a little bit more before I can spend more money. So for now, I'm probably just gonna do something with the parts that I have. So like I said, I have two 5.7s and I got the hellcat blower, so I'll probably make something work with that before I go spending more money on other stuff. Might as well just start a demon swap. I know, right? That goes back to what I was saying. It's I gotta make sure that I'm not going over budget, which I have been lately. So I gotta make sure I don't go into the red. Henry says, no matter what you decide, it's gonna be amazing for sure. Thank you, I appreciate that. Hellram 2.0, 4x4, yeah, yeah. I think it'd be fun. Like I said, if we end up selling the regular Hellram, then I'll do a 2.0 with all-wheel drive. Demon says, I have a third gen RAM with ECM problem. Was told it's a security problem. Keeps draining my battery. What and who do you suggest possible to fix it? That's a tough one. I would. You're gonna have to get it before you start throwing parts at it. I would try to get it diagnosed. I do know that on third gens, the TIPM, or some people refer to it as TIPM, but it's the TIPM, the fuse box in the front. It's actually not just a fuse box, it's a computer. And those are notorious for going bad on third gens, especially depending on where you live at. If you're up in the north where there's salt and stuff on the roads, salt gets into that front fuse box and it corrodes things and it just causes a whole host of issues. So I would probably look to see if that might be your issue first. I think I don't know what I haven't looked in a long time, but I remember like my dad had a third gen and he replaced that thing like the fuse box and TIPM. He replaced it long, I want to say like 2 or 3 times because you ever seen like a third gen going down the road, third gen RAM, and like the taillights are like half the taillights are out or like one taillight works or something like that. It's always that TIPM is going bad. So I would, like I said, there you go. So another guy just commented, my '07 had a fussy TIPM, easily the worst part of them. So I would look to see if it's that first. If, like I said, if you live somewhere where there's salt and snow and stuff, I can almost guarantee you if it's the original one that that front fuse box is just roasted. So I would check that first and then go from there. Because like there's a computer, like an actual computer in that one. It serves as more than just a fuse box on those trucks. The newer trucks, it's back to a fuse box. Like the newer, like the fourth gen that I have, they moved away from that and brought the computers inside of the truck. But on the older ones, there's actually a computer board in the fuse box. How long have we been going for? I think we've been going for, wow, damn, over an hour and 17 minutes. So we'll do we'll do about 5 more minutes. You guys drop some questions. If you drop a super chat, I will be sure to spend more time on your question, just because I like to deliver as much value as possible. And ask me any questions about my vehicles, or if you guys, like I said, if you drop a super chat, you have a question of yours, and we'll go from there. So I'll do about 5 more minutes, and then I gotta get some dinner because it looks like it's 11 o'clock, and I have not had dinner yet. Crazy as that sounds. It's been a wild day, you guys. A wild day. Demon says, thank you, no problem. You can take a thermal imaging camera and look at the wiring, and it will show you the hot spots. Huh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know if it would show the failure. I mean, if there was a short or something, I could see it would do that, but who knows where the failure point might be. Running McDonald's, getting some cookies. Hell yeah. That's gonna be my life driving back from Vegas with this new project. So yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a fun little road trip, well, big road trip. We're almost driving across the entire country in something that's like 23 years old. What up? Steve just showed up. Sparky's garage. He's got the green shirt for his green car. If you guys haven't checked out my boy Steve, he just picked up a BMW. I'm gonna pick on him a little bit. He sold his Mopar for a BMW, you guys. He created the ultimate Mopar sin. But yeah, check out Sparky's channel. He's got a bunch of Mopar content on there. When we, if you guys remember, we did the cam on the Challenger. We did a bunch of mods to a Dodge Challenger. That was on Sparky's channel. So he's got Mopar content, and now he's got BMW content. He's resurrecting a old crusty BMW. You might want to go check out. I drove 19 hours to LS Fest last month. It was a big bummer that I couldn't stay for Mo Party. Hopefully, see you there next year, though. Whatever the next build is. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Mo Party was fun this year. I mean, that was only my second year there, but that was wild, and it was cool to see that the show was growing because I think that was only the second year or so. No, you skipped the vehicle. You had the Mopar and the Mustang at the same time, and then you sold the Mopar, and then you had no car, and now you got a BMW. See, Sparky's garage has all kinds of garage. He's got every kind of brand you could possibly imagine. It's like it's a channel for the whole family, depending on who likes what. You got BMW content, you got Euro content, American content, Ford content, Dodge content. What else you got on there? Steve's got everything. Steve's doing it right. He's doing it better than me. He's got all kinds of brands on there. And what did he find? He found some classic Mopars or something. He found some classic Mopars out in the field by him, and then he flipped them. Steve's like American Picker, except Kentucky edition. He's doing American Picker things in Kentucky. Yep. You know what, Steve? You should actually film. I went with Steve to a what do they call it? An estate sale. It was actually interesting. I got bored out of my mind afterwards because Steve was buying a bunch of junk, but he those estate sales are pretty cool. You should film one of those one day when you go to the estate sale and like film all the crazy stuff that you find at those things. I bet you that would like. I feel like the American Picker content would do really well. I don't know why I just thought of that, but I would definitely do it. So are you gonna take the Hellcat Ram or Hell Ram back to the track to see the new quarter mile? Well, I've never taken the Hell Ram to the track yet, so it'll be his first outing. But yeah, we're definitely gonna take it to the track and see what she runs. If I had to guess right now, like with how hard it's pulling with the 20, I haven't even put on the drag pack yet, and the thing is pulling like a freight train. I'd have to say it's a low 11s, maybe cracking the high 10s. And then after we set like a baseline, get it running pretty good, see what she runs, then we're gonna start adding more mods if somebody doesn't buy it by then, and we'll go from there. But yeah, I'm gearing up so that once the cold weather starts coming here, next month or so, then we're gonna be at the track. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess it wasn't a Hell Ram back then, but yeah, we'll be definitely taking it to the track. That is true. I stand corrected, sir. You are right. Sparky's garage said C68, 69 Roadrunners. Damn. Imagine if you kept those things. I guess they were rotted out, but I feel like those things are like going for stupid money now. But anyways, all right, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been on here for a while. It looks like Monday Night Lives are a hit though. Seems like it's working for a bunch of people because we got quite a few people that joined in tonight. So smash the thumbs up before you take off. I appreciate it. And I will have an SST video for you guys tomorrow. Have a good night. Have a good week. We'll see you guys later.